Hello, Europe. Hello, teachers, trainers, and partners. Welcome at the Pan-European Conference on Digital Education. Today is January 26th, and it's the first conference in the new year, but already the 70th edition of the conference, as we started with the conference, as you know, in April 2020. Today, we also have an interesting program. At first, I would just like to add that all the presentations are available in the Pan-European Conference on Digital Education Facebook group. You can download them there. Unfortunately, I received a bad news about the first presenter because she got ill. So she's saying sorry. So we will skip the first presentation and we will start with the presentation on parental work at Gymnasium Škofja Loka. Matic Gortnar will present the topic as they are having a very extensive and traditional collaboration with their parental community. That will be the first presentation. Then the second presentation will be from kindergartens in Croatia. Marijana and Marija and Sandra will present how we can explore math in kindergarten through stream approach. They are using art, and it's a really interesting project. I'm looking forward to it. And then we move to Romania. Ioana is a primary teacher, and she will present us artificial intelligence topic and how it can be used effectively by students. This is the program for today. And then the next conference is already in February. Some of you already started with sharing your thoughts. As our topic today is parenting, we would also like to invite you to share your thoughts about digital parenting. When you go to Menti, you can either scan the code or go to Menti and type in this number to get to the survey, and later I will also put the link directly into the chat. So we would like to get your thoughts on what is digital parenting, so what ideas come to your mind. And as we have here different European countries and also non-European countries, we would like to know what are the main challenges of digital parenting in your country. We will see the results. So I will show you the results later. But now let's see and get to know a little bit our presenters. The first presenter will be Matic from Škofja Loka Grammar School. Matic, welcome on the stage of the Pan-European Conference on Digital Education. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself for a start?
Right. Hi. So my name is Matic. Nice to meet you. And as you've mentioned, so I'm a grammar school teacher at Gymnasium Škofja Loka. And I've now taken over the vice principal position this year as well. So let's say a new challenge. We'll
congratulations. See. Yeah.
Thank you. But yeah, apart from that, I'm still teaching, so it's a 50-50 position in a way. And I've been asked to present our practices as far as class teacher role is involved in our work as teachers in a secondary school.
Yes, and I'm very happy that you are here and that you will share the experience that you have with the parents community. And next, we have here not one, but three presenters. Welcome, Marijana, Maria, and Sandra. Can you tell us a little bit about yourselves?
My name is Marija Jukić, and I have been working in kindergarten for more than 25 years in regular and English-speaking program. And for the last 10 years, I'm a Montessori teacher, and I'm also a counselor educator.
My name is Marijana Karapetrić. I have been working in kindergarten for 12 years now in regular Croatian and English program. I also have physics education in mind because I finished that, and I'm also a scientific ambassador, and this is my second year of being an ambassador.
My name is Sandra. I have been a kindergarten teacher for more than 32 years in regular and Italian speaking programming. I'm also a counselor teacher.
Thank you very much. Also welcome on the stage, and we will listen to your presentation about exploration of math as the second presentation of the today's session. And then we have Alexandra from Romania. Welcome.
Hello, everyone.
Also, yes, tell us a bit.
I'm glad to be with you in this afternoon. I'm a primary teacher. I've been teaching from 2012 as a primary teacher. I like all kinds of activities, especially projects. I am glad that this year we won an Erasmus program. I will go in an KA1 forming class in Valencia in May about digital education. And also,
yes, of course, congratulations to get the grant. I know it's very hard in Romania, so
yes, the school where I teach is an Erasmus school, also a twinning school, and so we have many projects. I also am co-founder in many twinning projects, and I think this project also can develop our students from their activities and everything we do in this kind of projects. So it's not for the first time. I'm not the first time presenter in Pan-European Conference. I also been 2 years ago or so.
2 years in 24, I think. Yes.
Yes.
Yes. And you survived. So this is also an encouragement to the other teachers to go and express themselves and share the experience in the Pan-European Conference. Thank you very much. And my name is Blanca.
Yes, they are not 2 years. I was presenter in December 2024. So it's not so long time.
True. So my name is Blanca. I will be the moderator, and together we will host together with our presenters the session of January 2026. I would like to show you a little bit also what you are doing on Mentimeter. So let me just share the screen for a bit. It's here. Yes, we can see here many, a nice cloud. So when you hear digital parenting, what 3 words come to your mind? strategies, responsibility, guidance, computer education, and digital security, danger. And what is the biggest digital challenges for digital challenge for families in your country? Protecting children from risky online content, early and intense social media use. Yes, we know that now some of the countries are thinking to ban the rights for youth to use social media at a certain age. And yes, you see here that sometimes parents are the problem, not the children. Many parents see the excessive use of technology and screen time. So parents are also on the screen a lot, and this you see as a challenge. Then online risks and managing healthy digital use. So boundaries are important. And let's see here, generational gap. Yes, we will see later some more of the results because now we just started as an introduction to the parenting topic that we have today. And here is Matic once again, and Matic will present us his topic on collaboration with parents. Welcome once again. So here is your presentation, and thank you.
Okay, so good afternoon, everyone. As Blanca has already explained, my name is Matic. I work as an English teacher and a class teacher at Gymnasium Loka. For those of you who don't know who we are a general and classical grammar school located in a city called Škofja Loka, which is an hour away from the capital. Our school has a long tradition and currently educates over 600 students and employs a team of around 60 teachers plus other staff members. We place a strong emphasis on academic achievement, personal development, creativity, and the development of critical thinking. Our goal is not only to prepare students for their Matura exam and their university studies that come later, but in general to somehow help them grow into a responsible and engaged member of society. At our school, the cooperation between teachers, students, and parents is seen as a key part of this process, and that's why I would like to focus on this topic today. So why is this cooperation with parents so important? Well, there's no simple answer to this one, but an effective education is built on a strong partnership between the school and the family. As we all know, adolescence is a time of intense academic pressure, social and emotional changes, which is why students benefit most when the support they receive at home is aligned with what they get and is expected to get from them at school. And this cooperation matters for several reasons. So it firstly reinforces learning. So by increasing students' motivation, responsibility, and their sense of accountability. Secondly, it also plays an important role in supporting the students' well-being. Parents help establish different routines, they provide emotional support, and they encourage their kids' resilience. In addition, regular communication between parents and teachers also strengthens understanding. It reduces any kind of misunderstandings, and it allows for the potential early identification of any kind of difficulties that the students might start or have already exhibited signs of. From our experience at school, we feel that when parents and teachers work together, students feel supported, they perform better, and the progress can be observed both on a personal and academic level. And this is where the role of a class teacher plays an important part. So the role of a class teacher at our school plays a central role in the cooperation with parents, and it acts as the main link between the home life and the school life. For parents, this means having a clear point of contact, so they know who to turn to whenever there's something they need to talk to about their kid. Any kind of questions, concerns regarding either their child's academic progress, their behavior, or in general their well-being. The first role I would like to focus on is the role of a monitor. If you look at it, the class teacher by keeping a close eye on the student's academic performance and general development, we also get to pay attention to their learning habits, motivation, and social relationships within the class. This allows the class teacher to notice any kind of early signs of potential emotional stress or any other difficulties. Another important part of the class teacher's role is to coordinate communication between the subject teachers, parents, and the students. The class teacher helps ensure that information is shared clearly, on time, and that everyone involved has a clear understanding of everyone's expectations and goals. When needed, the class teacher brings different perspectives together and organizes meetings to discuss and find any kind of solutions. And the third role, so beyond academic matters, the class teacher also supports students in their social and emotional development, and also in their organizational development. This includes dealing with the class dynamics, the classroom atmosphere, help the students in the class resolve any kind of conflicts, improve the students or their kids' time management skills, and this all gradually somehow helps the students take greater responsibility in their learning path. The class teacher also helps create continuity and trust and a stable framework for any kind of ongoing cooperation with parents that will last for the following 4 years of secondary school education. Now, what kind of forms of cooperation do we have at our school? So at our school, this cooperation is based on a combination of regular, structured communication and flexible individual contact. A combination of these two allows us to respond to general needs of the students and also to address any kind of individual situations when necessary. First form would be the parent-teacher meetings, which are held twice a year at our school at a class level. These meetings focus on students' academic progress, assessment, and expectations, as well as, of course, the overall class dynamics. They provide an opportunity for open discussion for the parents and a shared overview of the class development. The individual one-to-one meetings, or the so-called consultation hours with the class teacher or the subject teacher, are also offered once a month in the late afternoon, but we also offer them in the mornings to allow for greater flexibility of parents who've got work in the afternoon. This is the perfect time to discuss the students' specific learning needs, any kind of personal challenges, and of course, in the last year of secondary school, to start planning their university studies. Apart from these two forms of cooperation, there are also the written updates, which normally come via email or any other e-communication platforms. The one we use is called e-assistant. But we also send out different newsletters and regular announcements from the headmistress. The last form of cooperation would be the school website, which also plays an important role as the central information hub. It consists of all the information that parents should know already, but can find if, well, they forgot it. So it's easy access to schedules, contact details of people at school, important dates, email addresses, updates on the school life, which all ensures some kind of transparency. Right. On top of these cooperation forms that I've just mentioned, we also go beyond the regular communication. So we place a strong emphasis on direct engagement with parents. The aim is not only to share information, but also to actively support the parents, help them better understand their kids and what we expect of their kids in a grammar school, and to strengthen the partnership between school life and family life. And we do this through two main forms. First one called the Information Days, and the second one called the School for Parents program. Now, a little bit about the Information Days first. So every year in February, it's a 2-day event at our school, well, at every secondary school in Slovenia, where primary students who are about to finish primary school visit different secondary schools that they might be interested in attending in the following year. So it's an event that's targeted at prospective students plus their parents. During the Information Days, the idea is to provide the students and the prospective parents with a clear and realistic picture of the school life that takes place at our school. So we present them with the educational programs, the academic expectations and assessments methods. We provide them with the sorts of teaching methods and classroom practices we have at our school, and also give them an insight into the extracurricular activities that take place at our school. Parents are strongly encouraged to attend, and they normally do, because these events help them better understand what will be expected of their kids in a grammar school environment. And it also shows them how to support their students during the transition from the primary to secondary education. The second form of direct engagement would be the School for Parents, which is a form of engagement that's organized by our school counselor at our secondary school. She supports students and parents in academic, social, and emotional matters. And this program that she's been running for years consists of a series of lectures and talks, which are designed specifically to help parents better understand the key aspects of, well, their students and family life, and the period of adolescence, of course. These sessions are given by external experts whose work is directly relevant to parenting teenagers and supporting the students' well-being and academic success. Some examples from either this year or the previous school year would be a lecture on sleep and adolescent health, which focused on the importance of healthy sleep for learning, for the students' mood, for their overall well-being, and it offered parents some practical, evidence-based advice. Another one that took place last year was a lecture on psychological resilience, which explored how families can help young people develop resilience and how to manage stress in demanding either academic or social environments. And the third one took place this fall. It was a lecture on parent growth, on personal growth and parent-child relationships. This one examined how parents' own development has an influence or an impact on the communication and relationships within the family. So these events, they are usually held early in the evening, around 6 p.m. at our school, in the school lecture hall, and they're open to all parents. Parents get to know about the dates and the topics at the beginning of the school year, so they can plan or put it in their calendar. And they provide practical takeaways, connect research with everyday parenting challenges, and they create some valuable opportunities for parents to engage with the topics that directly affect their children's lives during the period of adolescence. However, there are, of course, some challenges in parental cooperation. normally related to the communication part or the practical part. So if we just quickly have a look at some of them, so one of them would definitely be the parents' time constraints. So many parents have got demanding work schedules or different family responsibilities, which can make it difficult for them to attend the parent-teacher meetings, the school events, or the consultation hours I mentioned before. As a result, communication may sometimes either be delayed or there might even be missed opportunities for the early detection of any kind of difficulties. Then communication expectations. So this is another challenge that needs to be mentioned. So some parents prefer very frequent, detailed, or even, well, too detailed updates on their schools, on their students, on their children's lives in the school, while other parents, they only want to be contacted in case of emergencies or in case of a serious issue. So trying to find this kind of a balance is not always easy because, well, parents have got different expectations, which if it's a large class, it can sometimes be quite difficult to meet these challenges. And the other one would be balancing involvement and our approach. So with an engaged and supportive parent, that would mean that, well, this is quite an asset. However, there are situations where involvement might become too much, which puts additional pressure not just on the student, but also on their class teacher. And this somehow prevents the student from developing their independence and also somehow limits the class teacher into enabling the student to start developing their independence. So during the adolescence period, it's quite important to gradually encourage students to take more responsibility so that they can finally start developing their autonomy. At our school, we try to address these challenges by offering flexible communication options, especially via email, and by establishing clear roles and expectations, so from the very beginning of the school year. We believe that mutual respect, open dialogue, honesty, and a shared focus on the student's well-being will help us ensure that parental cooperation remains both constructive and sustainable. If I quickly go through two good examples, the first one that we do at our school would be a good practice that takes place at the end of year 4. So during the final parent-teacher meeting. So before the meeting already, parents are sent an anonymous questionnaire in which they're invited to reflect on their overall experience with the school, with the teachers, with the cooperation throughout their child's 4 years of secondary school. You can take a closer look at the questionnaire by scanning the QR code. And then the results of the questionnaire are then presented and discussed openly at the meeting. This creates a space for honest feedback, shared reflection, and constructive dialogue. In my case, with the last class I had, the feedback was extremely positive, which was both encouraging and valuable for me because it confirmed that parents felt informed, they felt respected, and they felt involved in their children's education over the past 4 years. So this practice not only gives parents a voice to share concerns and share their views, but it also helps teachers to reflect on their work and further strengthen the trust and cooperation at the very end of the student's secondary education. And the second example of good practice that shows the importance of cooperation between the teachers and the parents would be this one, also taken from a class of my students from last year. So one of the students in my class was a very high achieving student. And in her second year, she decided to enroll simultaneously in another secondary school program at the Conservatory of Music and Ballet in Ljubljana, which then meant, of course, that she was actually attending 2 secondary school programs at the same time. This required a lot of organization, motivation, and, well, commitment from the side of the student. The conservatory offered very little flexibility, which meant that our school had to offer, well, that much more flexibility. The student often had to leave class early afternoon in order to travel to Ljubljana. Takes about an hour by bus. So she missed a lot of lessons, especially those at the end of the school day. So to support her before everything started, meetings with the parents were organized. We included the student in there, and we agreed on individual consultations that the student would have with subject teachers to go through any kind of material she will miss. We agreed on alternative exam dates, which were organized when she was unable to attend assessment. And at one point, the student even chose to complete 1 or 2 subjects in advance, which meant studying over the summer independently and then taking the exam at the beginning of the following school year. And throughout this process, a close cooperation with the parents was essential. Cannot imagine how it would have gone otherwise. Regular communication helped set realistic expectations, helped us monitor the student's workload and her stress levels, and it ensured some kind of a consistent support both at home and at school. And this example then clearly shows how flexibility, trust, and strong collaboration between teacher, parent, and student can enable a highly motivated student to successfully follow 2 simultaneous parallel educational paths. To conclude, so effective cooperation with parents goes far beyond just meetings and reports or formal communication. At its core, it's all about building trust, sharing common goals, and maintaining an open dialogue. At our school, we see parents as partners in education. By working together, we are better able to support students not only in their academic development, but also in their personal growth and well-being. Thank you very much for your attention.
Thank you very much, Matic. Congratulations. It was a very rich presentation with a lot of useful information. I was particularly interested in a slide where you speak about the balance, how to keep parents involved, but in the same time, of course, we have adolescents and their job is to grow up. So do you show this slide also to parents? How do you send this message to parents?
To be involved and not to exaggerate?
So that they are not getting involved too much. Yes.
We normally don't send it in advance. So normally, in theory, they don't get involved too much. But when they do, well, our school counselor normally either organizes a meeting with the parents, invites the class teacher to join, so that all together in one room can then decide on the following steps, if that's helping the student or not by being so involved, and how this will reflect on the student in the following school years and consequently for their future.
Yeah, I mean, yes, really great. Yeah, because the balance is really a key. And yes, thank you very much. I'm looking here if there are some questions, but apparently there are no questions. So I will say thank you for now and keep up the good work. And
okay.
Yes,
yeah,
all the best
Thanks
wishes to the whole team at Gymnasia.
We'll pass on the regards. Thank you.
Bye. And we will see now the results of the Mentimeter. A second, just to share the screen. So the cloud here is still saying that you see guidance and safety as one of the 3 keywords that come to your mind when you think about digital parenting. And look at here. Also, the balance is here. Also the keyword as in Matic's message. And let's see what are the challenges that you named. I will show these challenges that you type in a group, because the artificial intelligence of Mentimeter knows how to make groups here. And here we have online safety is a challenge. Then digital literacy, naming like low digital skills among adults as well is a challenge. Then disinformation, screen time, and what's here? Those are not, so safety, children have more responsibility. Not having devices is also a challenge, and not enough technical possibilities. Yes, I can see that the challenges here are really diverse. And also, I'm very happy that also in our team, we are starting with one project on digital parenting. We were lucky enough to get a new Erasmus project that is coordinated by our partner in Romania. So this project will be for digital parenting for parents at risk at technology exclusion. And the Smart Educational Projects Association from Romania is the coordinator, and I'm very happy about that, because that means that all the material will be available also in Romanian language. Then we have Italy, Poland, so Slovenia is our, and Belgium as a partner here. And what are we going to do? The PART project will bring us a learning kit with educational videos on digital literacy and safety. So as we saw also from your Mentimeter results and your ideas, digital literacy and safety are really a key topic here when we speak about digital parenting. Then we will also have learning events for trainers that work with parents, which means trainers in non-formal education, but also, of course, teachers are in a way trainers also for parents. And then we will have also learning events directly for parents. It's also important to send messages out about digital safety, digital literacy, through campaigns, and we will also have those in place. So I'm looking forward that our team will implement this project in an international basis and also in all the countries that are involved, and we will inform you accordingly, of course. And next, now we are moving from the parenting topic to kindergartens. And of course, kindergarten period, early childhood education is very important also for later period in school, because we get the basis in the kindergarten, right? So
Right.
our presenters, Maria, Marijana, and Sandra from Croatia, are already exploring math and mathematics in a very creative way with their children. Welcome again. Here is your presentation.
Hello, everyone. We are going to talk about research that we conducted combining digital technology, art, and math, and we use stream approach during our research.
Our project was recognized in several categories, which you can see in this present slide. Let us say a few words about Piet Mondrian. He was a Dutch painter and one of the most important representatives of the style art movement, which means the style in Dutch. His works are known for his grid-based compositions, in which he divides the canvas into rectangles and squares and applies a limited color palette that includes the primary color, red, blue, yellow, then black and white, creating a sense of balanced harmony through the layout of these shapes. His style influenced not only painters, but also architecture, furniture, and interior design, fashion, as you can see in the images shown on this slide.
Our research goals were to encourage the, Our research goals were to encourage the development of the following skills in children: creating their compositions, then spontaneous artistic observation, research and expression of the arrangement and size relations of various geometric shapes and colors. For these goals, we set up some questions, 4 of them. The first one was, how does the child perceive the composition? The next one was, is it possible to show mathematical concepts using art? Then what is the relationship of the parts to the whole? And the last one was, what competencies do children develop? To get some answers, we use these methods. Observation, children's discussions, photography, creation and adaptation of tools and games for use. For the purposes of this research, we developed following instruments. Two-dimensional laminated game Mondrian, the first one, then computer game Mondrian mix, wooden didactic game Mondrian mix, then mathematical aid mathematical Mondrian, and the last math cards. We are going to show you each of them now. Two-dimensional laminated game was created on paper and then laminated, and it consists of panel with drawn squares and rectangle shapes in two sizes in the style of Mondrian composition. Along with the board, square and rectangular shapes in 3 colors, red, yellow, and blue, and in white, were created separately. The task is to arrange 8 separate parts in the appropriate places on the board, creating your own composition. The benefit of this game was multimodal because children were developing and fostering math skills, mother tongue, social competencies, and art by creating variations of compositions. Computer game Mondrian Mix was designed in a digital form in the React program, and the children played it on a laptop. It developed children's digital competencies and prolonged their concentration. It enabled them to create compositions of their own and to save them on laptop. Later, they could watch their creation through a virtual gallery. It turned out that younger children between 3 and 4 years do not have much patience. They quickly give up, and they often involve adults as executors of their ideas and planned actions on the screen. But at the end, they are very happy with the final product itself. Older children, aged 5 to 6, showed more interest in digital game, and they proved that they are digital natives because they use the mouse and keyboard without hesitation. They followed the teacher's verbal instructions on how to save the created composition on the computer. And after creating one composition each, they continued to create new ones and came up with the ideas of creating an exhibition of their virtual Mondrians on the computer. The game fosters initiative and entrepreneurship by streaming through the whole concept. The next is the didactic game, and it is sustainable because it is created from recycled wood in an inlay puzzle style. The wooden case of the game is also a base for creating your own composition and inserting elements. A tracing paper is placed as a template for determining the position of the elements, and it offered various possibilities like counting, building, measuring, comparing parts, and then creating image compositions. The relationship between the parts and the whole can be varied and depends on the context it is observed. And younger children use it as a building material mostly.
Okay, well, the mathematical Mondrian was designed actually by Emilia Pipi-Piljek as an entrance exam for the study of design at the Faculty of Architecture of the University of Zagreb. It is an analog mathematical aid, and it consists of a three-dimensional wooden board, foam cards, and tiles. And this tool, among other things, teaches us to factor numbers and instigates the development of combinatorics with the options it offers. It developed fine motor skills, math, and building, and it was a special tactile feeling and experience for toddlers. Modern art here was put into use to create art compositions and to be aware of the importance of aesthetics in everyday life. The next one is math cards, which Maria came up with. Math cards came in a set of 20 separate cards, and in the upper part of the card, there is a composition of surfaces in basic and white colors based on Mondrian's works of art. These math cards are a great teaching aid for practicing addition with multiple factors. These cards provide the children with the joy of discovery and learning in a very fun way, whereby they develop different learning strategies and learn how to learn. The cards ask the child how much of something there is, what needs to be discovered, that is solved, and then draw conclusions by comparing the quantities with which the child is also empowered in the development of other key competencies. And our conclusion is this one. We conducted this research in 3 educational groups, differently aged, and we conclude that the experience of composition is different and authentic for each child. Our project integrated science, technology, research-based reading, engineering, arts, and mathematics through stream approach, which allowed children to fully integrate their knowledge through experience and exploration, and to be creative artists, as well as to showcase their achievements to each other. Throughout this research, children developed following competencies: communication in their mother tongue, communication in 4 languages, mathematical competence, digital competence, learning how to learn, critical thinking, social competence and teamwork, initiative and entrepreneurship, and as well as artistic expression. It was noticed that children initially chose only one color, and those were mostly boys, but at first they did not even notice the individual frame lines. This was considering the white ones. But after noticing these differences, the compositions made by the children became more complex and multicolored. Older children compared outlines with the geometric shapes in the space and inside the living room, as well as the lengths of shapes with the things around them. In our research, the parts interacted with each other because each part contributed to support the whole, in our case, the new composition. It is interesting that by solving both tasks on the cards, the total sum is 100, and you can see the ratio of colored areas to white areas. We can say that the same sum creates artistical diversity, and new media is very desirable in educational work as means of stimulation. Art can also easily be applied as the main means to achieve goals of different learning processes. The integration of art and mathematics in this research highlights the importance of easier acquisition of mathematical concepts and makes it easier for children to perform mathematical operations through visual representation. Thank you all for your interest and for your attention. And if you can please scan the QR code to evaluate separately our presentation. And if you have any questions, we'll be glad to answer them.
Thank you very much for your knowledge. Congratulations on the project. And yes, there are questions. Here we have a question about the population of this study. This was 5 and 6 years old children, right? Or even younger?
No, even younger. The first group was children aged 1
even
and a half.
Younger,
Yes, to 2 and a half, and they mostly used this mathematical Mondrian, the analog part. It was a tactile feeling, and they use it as a building material mostly. And the main goal here was besides those tactile feelings and the building, to be surrounded by Mondrian, and to try to reproduce what they see on the walls and surrounding them through this analog kit. The next group was children aged 3 to 4. They used all the materials, and the last group was 5 to 6 years old.
They were very happy with this computer game, and they really enjoyed it.
Yeah. In the computer game, we saw the differences in using the laptop and using the mouse. Younger children, we could see that they are not so into it. It's not so interesting. But with the older ones, the 5 and the 6-year-olds, the position of the arm and the moving the sliding their fingers on a laptop was much easier for them than with the younger ones.
It's the proof that they use it at home as well. And mostly boys.
And the second part.
Okay.
The second part of the question is also if this tool is appropriate maybe also for other education, maybe primary school, so for a bit older kids.
Yes, of course. This especially these parts in this some about 100, it can be applied for other factors of number 5, and most of these tools we understand that they are usable in primary school. Oh, definitely, because you can. Not only the sum and the counting to 200 and these fifths, you can use them for geometry. You can use them for these ratios, and for the ratio of how you can chop the whole into parts, and how you can
how many parts do you need it to be whole.
Yes. I think it's the game also, the computer game also, because in this actually children expanded this game in a way that after saving their creations, they wanted to showcase them. So they gave the proposal to make virtual gallery where they put their compositions, and along with the compositions, they have the possibility to film their voice in which they explain what they did, how many did they use. It can be also used with the smallest ones for learning about colors, because it's the primary colors. It's the red, the blue, and the yellow, and you can test the colors that way. Actually,
they can know in early age. They can know that white is not the color.
Yeah.
So
also
it's like something different. So, and each of these parts, rectangles and squares, they had a name by a number. So children in that way could develop their math skills, as we said. How much 5s do you need to get 10? How much 5s do you need to get 20? Because each of these rectangle and squares had a name. Mostly we did that with older children.
Yes. So they could realize.
Did you observe any differences between boys and girls?
Boys used mostly at first they only in one color. Just put only the whole composition was white,
monochromatic.
Monochromatic or blue, and then we just said you have other parts. Can you try with them? And then they discovered it, and then wow! If I put this rectangle or this square in this color or this size, I get something different. And they wanted to show to the others, did you get this combination, or can you make something else? So this was interesting. And mostly boys were into the computer game, mostly.
Yes, more interested in the computer games. Yeah.
During this project, all the children recognized Mondrian in everyday life, on the billboards, in the books for children, or in some encyclopedias, and they brought that to us. Or the parents when they brought children to kindergarten, they said, well, you talk something or you make something about Mondrian. How do they know that? And then we explained that we have a project and that is about Mondrian, and they were thrilled that children learn in that way, in practical way. They learn many different things combined in one.
Yes, exactly. Thank you very much for a great presentation, and keep up the good work as well. So best regards to Croatia.
Thank you.
And now we move to Romania. Hello, Alexandra.
Hello.
So you will share the screen, and we will speak now about the artificial intelligence and how it can be used by students. Okay, so please share the screen, and then we start. The certificate of attendance link is also in the chat. You can request the certificate of attendance to this conference by clicking on the link and type in your name and surname, and of course email address. Please type correctly so that the app can send the certificate to your inbox. And also I would like to ask you to evaluate the quality of the conference, and I will also provide a link for that in the chat. So Alexandra, here is your presentation, and yes, looking forward.
Hello everyone, good afternoon. I'm Alexandra. I'm a primary teacher in Romania. I am interested in study the artificial intelligence. I think that it's not so new for us, but also very useful in our lives. So I will start my presentation. Artificial intelligence and how it can be used effectively by students. I studied a lot about this topic, and I conclude that everyone needs artificial intelligence in their lives, but using it responsible. About education, AI has some benefits in personalized learning, like intelligent tutoring systems, automatic grading and assessment, curriculum planning, learning analytics, content recommendation, and chatbots. Artificial intelligence is not a substitute for humans, but it helps us a lot in our activities day by day. It is rapidly changing the way students learn, study, and interact with information. In today's digital age, AI tools are becoming as common as calculators and search engines. When used correctly, AI can support learning, improve understanding, and help students become more confident and independent learners. I agree with AI, and let's embrace it. Artificial intelligence refers to computer systems designed to perform tasks that usually require human intelligence. These tasks include understanding language, recognizing patterns, solving problems, and learning from experience. In education, AI does not replace teachers or students. This is very important. Many colleagues of us, teachers, don't agree with artificial intelligence. I meet some colleagues that they say we don't need laptops at school, we don't need activities on our calculators, we don't need artificial intelligence in our lives, but it is present everywhere. It is present in banks, it is present in our phones, it is present, and we have to embrace it. Instead, it works as a supportive tool that enhances learning and makes education more accessible and personalized. Examples of AI students may already use. They also use it for a long time, like chatbots and virtual tutors, grammar and spell check tools, recommendation systems for learning videos, like tutorials. I also learn a lot of things to do in my house, for example, looking at tutorials, watching tutorials on YouTube. AI tools can explain concepts in multiple ways, adjust difficulty levels based on performance, provide instant feedback. Also, Menti is an instrument from providing instant feedback, offer extra practice where needed. Ethical and responsible use of AI. While AI is helpful, it must be used responsibly. Students should understand that AI is a learning aid, not a shortcut. Responsible use means not submitting AI-generated work as your own, using AI to understand, not to cheat, checking information for accuracy, following school rules and academic honesty policies. Learning how to use AI ethically prepares students for future education and careers. My conclusion is that artificial intelligence has the potential to greatly improve the student learning experience when used thoughtfully. It supports personalized learning, improves research and writing, helps with organization, and prepares students for the future. When combined with responsibility and critical thinking, AI becomes a powerful partner in education rather than a replacement for learning. And thank you. I will stop my sharing. I want to tell you that I was interested in digital education from pandemic situation. With all that situation with COVID and all that apps that appeared in that time was like were like little games for me. I was own learner, and I learned alone many kind of this application, and I bring them in my class day by day. The students, I recognize that the students, my students, not all, I don't know, learn more effectively using these apps than using just books and notebooks and the traditional learning. Also in my projects, Erasmus and e-twinning projects, we do some activities using AI, and the students are very attracted. They are attracted to this kind of activities. I am pro with. I encourage all my colleagues to use AI effectively, and students also embrace this type of learning. Thank you.
Yes, sure. Thank you. Artificial intelligence is a tool and we need to use it with mindfulness. Yeah. I'm interested. So, how do you ensure the online safety? Do you have any, I don't know, recommendations for students, or do you advise them how to be safe, or do you, I don't know, inform them about fake news or something like that? So yes, how do you manage all these safety issues that are really also important right now?
Yes, we did some activities in our school about in being sure on the internet, safety internet, using internet with some rules. We have programs for the little one from the first grade until the 8th grade. We are a secondary school, and they know how they learned how to be sure on internet. In my class, for example, I don't use ads. I skip them very quickly, and at home I don't know what happens at home. But also I talked with the parents from my class, and I explained them that it's important to know every time what their children watch on the internet. It's very important. This. Internet is not so safe for adults or for children, but it helps us a lot in our activities.
Yes.
I use also internet for choosing my activities for worksheets and looking for some uncommon activities for my class, and I think many teachers from all around the world make the same.
Yes, of course. How do you then support students' critical thinking when they use artificial intelligence?
My students are not so big.
I mean, yeah, maybe I can show you this question from one of the participants. So the participant is asking, don't you think we will have a less critical thinking generation with the use of artificial intelligence?
I think
What do
so.
you
I think
Yeah.
so, because it's easier to go to the internet and check some information than looking for them. But in that days where everything gets really speedy, they will go to the internet to check the information, and if they find an information, I think they need the second opinion about the information they get from the internet. And I thought this to my children. I told them, if you find the information on the internet, go for another opinion. Try to not be so sure that the first information is the real one. Go and get another one.
Yes. Yes, exactly. The worst case is that we ignore artificial intelligence as teachers, because in any case, students will use artificial intelligence this way or another. And it's better that they have the safety guidance of teachers than, that they learn how to use it critically, because teachers can support this, than just to ignore and leave the topic itself. Yeah.
Oh my God, artificial intelligence. But let's remember that 10 years ago, when we when we call for a telephone issue from the networks on the telephone, there no person to answer. It also a robot that answer. Also in banks, chatbots. We need the information from the bank now using chatbots. Okay, there's no person who stay on phone with you. We use day by day this intelligence, artificial intelligence, right? So it's not from yesterday. Artificial intelligence is from, I don't know, 10 years ago. But we were so, oh, it's a wrong field here. No, it's a long time we use it.
True. Thank you, Alexandra, for your experience. I wish you many good projects with your students, and the use of artificial intelligence in the classroom is a very relevant topic also for the Pan-European Conference on Digital Education. We would like to have even more presentations about artificial intelligence and how you as teachers use professionally for your learning material, and also how do you encourage students, as Alexandra do, to use it critically. Thank you very much for the trust and for your professional development with us. The next Pan-European Conference is in February, 26th of February. You can apply either as a presenter, either as a listener at the webpage erasmus+courses.com. Happy teaching to all of you, and until next time.